Script here.
Okay, sir.
All right, you guys ready to run?
Okay.
The theatrical rehearsal process is still a very analog process where everybody has to be present in the same room in order to rehearse a show. What I'm excited about is the potential of virtual reality to allow us to feel that presence without actually having to be in the same physical space.
Often in going from the rehearsal process to the performance process, there can be a big kind of jump in experience, and sometimes I think that can be quite unhelpful or difficult to navigate that jump.
We're really just trying to look at what are the things that are held back by being tethered to the physical world.
We're taking a LiDAR scan of the actual theater, rendered as a 3D model, and virtual reality headsets, and using those to be able to put the actors into the model of the theater while still in the rehearsal room.
Long live the king.
So once the rehearsal room is marked up, it takes sort of 10-15 seconds to snap the digital world to the physical world.
Your director, your stage manager is sort of sitting down here.
Yeah.
And they're just watching it happen on stage.
It's not technically.
With these, you have this pass through, so I can see what's happening in the real world, but they can toggle it, so then I can see the actual whole auditorium.
We're taking these 3D models, this digital twin of the Swan Theater, and we've put that into our app in the VR headset. So when you put that on, you can feel like you're on the stage of that theater.
You know you're in an animated world, the feeling is real, the feeling of being in that stage is real, the feeling of seeing the seats sort of raking up and the lights above you, and the wonder of that is real, which is very strange because, you know, it's just this image in front of your eyes.
That looks so many fathoms to the sea and hears it roar beneath.
Wait, be still. Go on, I'll follow.
You shall not go, my lord!
You tremble and look pale. Is not this something more than fantasy?
We just were trying out the opening scene of Hamlet. It's quite a kind of intimate, tense scene, and then there you suddenly look up and say, oh yeah, we're in the Swan Theatre, and to remember what kind of space that is. So instinctively you can kind of allow that to impact on your instinct about rehearsing the scene.
We've been doing testing at the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama, and now here we are at the Royal Shakespeare Company in the other place in their fantastic, enormous rehearsal studio.
We're going to basically be rehearsing, I think, a bit from Titus, a bit from Hamlet, kind of in a way that you would on the first day of rehearsal, but with added VR.
We've been developing the core software here in a video game software called Unreal Engine, famously known for Fortnite. And we have been creating this system based on actually years of work we've been doing with theater, pre-visiting real shows, as well as constructing entirely virtual shows.
Right now, they're all seeing each other replicated in real space, and they're also seeing their digital version of the real Swan Theater.
Yeah.
Labels pointing to the different buttons.
2, 3.
Okay, yeah, so that's the other.
I can see feet of people.
We're designing this for the creatives to use. So it is a user-centered design process, basically. We're looking at what the actual user needs are and the way they do things now, and thinking about how we can make things better.
The stage managers have just put on headsets. Using the virtual model of the set, they're going to go through and they're going to tape out marks in the real world using the virtual set as a guide.
It's fun to be able to think of new ways, that, especially when it comes to things like this, because it makes it more accessible, I think, in terms of who could do our job. Right? Because that's the VOM and that's the VOM. I would say it's
So we've got Ankur running a vocal warm-up remotely. We are in a breakout room while the rest of the cast is co-located in the rehearsal studio.
I'm going to ask you to put your controllers on the ground for now, just so you can feel your ribs. Place your hands on your ribs. I can totally see how the technology can be really helpful for a creative team, for a design team, lighting, sound, stage management, and how they plan, budget, experience a production.
This project is really important to Central, preparing our students for where the direction of travel might be in terms of sort of technology or sort of processes, to enable them to become much more sort of adaptive creatives and technicians in the future.
I am his firstborn son, that was the last that wore the imperial diadem of Rome.
We've built this thing to test out this idea, and I think there's a real potential here of making a tool that is actually really useful for theater companies of all scales.
And scene.
I tell you something. Well, having that theatre there was...
It's amazing,
Because Scott, anyone was there, it was like we were in the theatre. It was fabulous.
Yeah.